Yo, 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 it's my fly family up in the building, y'all. And you know, DJ Young Gunner.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? This is what I've been dealing with today. This guy. What it is, hope everybody had an amazing weekend. Happy Monday to everybody. Willie, what up there, young fella? Shanna Ewing, it's good to see you. I watched that interview. I like what I saw. That was dope. That was definitely dope. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my twins. Shout out to Pimp. What up? What up? What is going on? Mark Thompson, my brother. What is the daily? Oh, what's popping? What is popping? Howard J, the luckiest man on earth. Whew. If I had luck like you, man, I wouldn't even work. I just stay home and absorb life. What's going on? It's good to see you, though. Definitely is. Real deal, the realest deal. What's the word, brother? What is popping? Stay mad in the building. As always, what's going on? Urban. What's up, young ladies? Good to see you. We still getting situated. We was a little late. On time, but late. Isn't that, on time, but not ready. That's how it is.
Hello, everybody.
I'm talking about not ready. I was
Get
ready.
that young lady up in there.
Gina versus Gina. Urban.
Sticky.
Gina done slide. Oh, damn.
My Renaissance grandma. Virginia Bushcrafter.
Renaissance,
Hello,
what's up?
everybody.
Ricky Ross.
Yo, my hair looks crazy.
Gunrilla Rick in the building. Show me what up there. How you feeling? How you
What's
feeling?
his name? Was that Sheer?
Sherry J.
Sherry J.
What's up, young lady?
Something by Sophia.
Hey, Sophia.
Sophia. What's up, Sophia?
Hit Boy.
What's popping? Hit boy, what it is. Michael Brown, what it is, young fella. How you feeling? What's popping? Oh man, brothers keeper, what up, fam? Everything good. Not too bad on
Is
this
Joseph
Monday.
Harrison here?
Not yet.
Yes,
Not,
yes,
yeah,
actually.
text him.
Yeah, I got to text
No.
him.
Yeah, I saw
I
him.
didn't see him.
I definitely
Yeah,
did.
because he wasn't here.
Big Easy, what's popping? What's going on, brother?
Because he definitely texted me at 4:50 talking about I'm ready for the show. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely not Wednesday.
Yeah, man. But
You'll
yeah,
see your phone bill.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Here we go.
I gotta be secretary.
Happy Monday.
How was yesterday?
How was yesterday?
Sunday.
Sunday was cool.
Mhm.
Sunday was
It was
Sunday.
a loss.
STD, what it up? What?
Partner, you lost.
Don't listen to this guy, man.
Don't listen. Don't listen. We got proof. Got proof.
Listen.
Did you drop the video?
Man, I deleted that shit.
Because you lost
We had fun. We went to the range.
before it closed.
Yeah, we was rushing, so I didn't do my sexy video, my sexy pose. Where I was
No,
supposed
mama.
to take down my
No.
dress and shake it.
Oh,
No.
Yep, wind blowing,
So,
waterfall.
yeah.
All right, we'll see you later.
And
Dude,
I
you
didn't get to do that.
Burner girl, what up?
Oh, hi, Joseph Harris.
I told you he was in here.
Yeah, he just came in.
He was here before.
Joseph, what up, brother? It's good to
Right.
see you. Ignore any text messages that she might have sent you already.
I did.
You
I
did?
did send him. a
Oh
message.
man, he's a busy man. I
I
just want
know
to make sure I
it.
didn't. Philly Slow, what it is?
Hey, Burner girl, how are you?
Yo, Philly Slow, man, you had me dying earlier today
Philly Slow?
with that whole that gummy bears, gummy worms. It's an inside thing.
Oh. Ray Official is getting ready to go camping, right?
Oh, Ray.
So that means it's time for me to pull out my tent in the backyard. So everybody thank Ray Official for opening camping season.
Congratulations, Ray. Congratulations, Ray.
Yes, Ray.
I appreciate you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
I appreciate you,
Tap
Ray.
in. How are
don't.
you?
I don't really.
Big
at all.
Chris.
I'll try to
At
say
all.
something. I cleaned out an area so I have like a fire. I have like a little fire pit all ready and stuff. I was ready.
I'd like to
So
see
hey.
either one of you right now, tonight, go outside and
Man,
set
I
up your
didn't
tent.
even need a tent. I
Why
already got
would
my
I
shelter.
set my tent up in the pouring rain in the dark? If you would have said something
You
earlier,
never know. You never know when you got to set up a tent in the pouring rain in the dark. I'm just saying.
I would.
I never needed a tent. I already
would.
got my stuff. I had sticks. I had this little
Hey,
flat
Shanna.
thing. I already
Stay
made
mad.
it.
How are you?
Stay mad. I'm gonna stay mad too.
Yeah,
As soon as
'cause you
that tent
lost.
get put up, I'm gonna
But
stay
you know
mad.
what? You don't have to go inside the tent
I know.
though.
Why
Maurice
do you
Evans,
say
what up?
that?
I'll be
I would extend the invite, but the invite doesn't really mean I really want you there. Maybe sometimes I just be like, hey babe, why don't you spend the night outside with us? Doesn't really mean
I be
spend the
glamping.
night.
I'm up for the glamping.
Glamping.
I'm up for the glamping. Yeah. I'm up for the glamping.
You ain't spending that type of money. You rather buy a tourist than go ahead and go glamping.
I'm glamping outside.
That's not glamping.
I need my laptop. I need a fan.
Because you saw.
Go ahead.
You saw.
All right. Do what you gotta do. Y'all talking from inside.
But why do you need all that? That's not.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
You do.
I'm a real man, so I don't need.
Hey, Silverback, how are you?
Bullyproof. What it is? What's popping? Somebody save me. Jeez. Come on now.
We should change the title to "Let's Go Camping."
Well, that might be a part of what we talk about later on. So just maybe. But man, everybody had a good weekend. Yeah, put a I don't know, put a Y in the chat if you got to shoot any firearms this weekend, man, because for some reason we can't get ourselves to the range often.
No.
Oh, I know why.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. You know why we have. Why?
Because we be working. We be working on the weekends.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Have a whole.
Listen, my garden, guys, is amazing.
Which garden?
Yeah, Howard J.
Which garden?
Let me know how that was, man. I hope it was dope. I really do. I really do.
Gardens now.
Yo,
when we talk about gardens,
everything like since the rain has been here, like everything is like germinating now. Like this, just everything is just coming up now. It is so excited. Excited. Alex and I actually had to take apart one of the pots because it was way too much in it. I sent the picture to Gina, and Gina, I still don't know what's in that pot, but I had to take some of that stuff out. It was way too many plants in there.
Yeah, I saw all that stuff in the backyard, and I was like, is that growing new?
Yeah, it's still, after I took most of that stuff out, there's still new stuff coming in that one pot.
True.
So I have this one pot. I don't even know like what's in the pot, and it's just growing all types of stuff.
Yeah. Lawrence Lilly, what it is. Tap in. See, yo, I somebody told me, RGG told me that I don't have to watch part 1, 2, or 3 to understand 4. And then Zach told me it's better to watch 1, 2, and 3 to enjoy 4 a little more.
We're gonna watch all of them.
So
we're gonna watch
one of these
John
days.
Wick.
Urban
John Wick's so cool.
No more coupon. Amazon coupons.
Who said that?
Urban. I gotta make money. I'm an at-home mom trying to make money.
But either way, we had a dope weekend.
Yes. Also, it's like storming out, so our internet may glitch.
Oh yeah, let us know how we look. So, is it fuzzy? Because we look clear to ourselves because we're on our own laptop. But yeah, let us know if it's any glitchy or fuzzy or delays. We should be good.
Hey, Maurice, how are you?
I think we're all right. A lot of rain. South Georgia is getting hit really, really hard this evening. And tomorrow too.
It's good. Monique, how are you? Monique, I did tell Carbon you was looking for her. I told her to come out the bushes when she's able to.
Yeah.
But she's been doing school, so that's what's been why she's MIA, because she's in school.
Yeah, man. But what else did we do this weekend? I feel like we did a lot.
We went to the flea market. The people wasn't there with the chickens, and I was upset.
I think I saw them, though.
I didn't see them.
I saw them driving with a trailer on the back of a truck in the parking lot. somehow,
You
somewhere.
didn't.
I didn't
So
know you
you
was looking
didn't.
for him though.
You knew I was looking. Everybody knows I'm looking for chickens. Everybody knows.
That's real deal. If you got some chickens.
He got some chickens. You have to mail them to you frozen.
And then we had I didn't go to the side. So the flea market has how many sections? 5?
Three.
Well, 3 with the 2 sides. So I would say 5 sections.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
So it has 5 sections, but one of the sections I didn't get to go to with the fruit trees, so I missed that.
Oops.
And I definitely didn't see the chicken guy. And then I wanted to get some live blue claw crabs, and Billy kept driving. So everything I went for, I came home without. So
Phil Mob, man, I hope y'all doing all right out there. Listen, Mississippi, we saw some footage of a damn near an entire town.
yeah, only 4 houses survived out of a whole town.
They got beat real
but
bad.
Alabama's getting it like Mississippi got it though. There are tornadoes all around. I think Alabama I've seen have 4 tornadoes hit already. So
yeah, be careful out there, Phil Mob. Anybody who's over in that area, man, in Western Georgia, that whole line, Alabama, Mississippi, it's some ugly stuff for the next couple days.
Yeah,
but either way, we'll make it through. We'll get through.
Yeah, because we have it up until tomorrow. I think our alert, like tornado alert, won't end until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So, hey, that guy with guns.
What up, Big Zach? What's popping? What's going on? Hey, listen, if anybody reach out to Zach that wants to get some of that Fat Guy with Guns gear, y'all go ahead and purchase your hat. Check out with the fella. Hit him up on Instagram, Fat Guy with Guns, and drop him a little line. Get you something. Total Glock boy, what is popping, brother? What's going on? So yeah, man. So listen, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff going on in the world.
Insane world.
So I figured, today we spoke a bit about, the topic itself, and then it was so, I guess, intriguing, and it's as basic, as simple as possible, but it's so intriguing because there's a lot of things that that affect this lifestyle or decisions that we might have to make. So Erica called me in the middle of the day and she said, what about this? How does this affect that? And how does this affect that? And we started talking about politics. We started talking about American money. We started talking about train derailments. So much is involved in tonight's topic.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely wanted to, as we always say, this is an open forum. We continuously drop the link so people can, weigh in their opinion and definitely, either teach or learn,
right.
because it's informative. A lot of important stuff that goes on. Skilly, what up? What's going on, brother? A regular gun guy. All I know is I can shoot. You
shoot blanks.
Damn. Joe Martins, what's going on? Oh man, I'm ready for you. I don't know. They were talking junk about me today because I got beat by an 11-year-old.
Twice, baby, twice. Yeah.
How come you can't win in a regular voice? Once he wins, all of a sudden he's like from the South.
I'm from the cowboy South. Yeehaw.
Where you
I don't
never
know.
even.
I don't get it.
Where's my cowboy hat? First of all,
Joe IQ, what up?
I need my cowboy hat. I lost it. Dang it.
Good.
What did Monique say? I got rid of all my foreign currencies today just in case the world is about to burst into flames. I told you somebody's paying attention, Monique. I had said something to him and he said that would be impossible to do. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen sooner or later.
I don't know.
It's the U.S. We're messing up.
She is Sunshine. What's going on, young lady? Philly Slow, don't listen. Go ahead, man. I hear you.
Didn't you have Canadian money before?
I had Canadian money.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I have an Argentina coin.
That's cool.
Argentinian.
So yeah, man.
Urban said you like to play characters. She do the same thing. Like Urban, he got like
Or
five.
yes, I do. Yes, I do like to play characters.
Urban, yeah, I could tell Urban be at home just doing that shit with nobody at home, talking to her damn self because she too good at these damn voices.
Mother country.
Bangers and bullets. What up, though? What up, though?
Hey, Skilly.
Skilly.
So,
I did it.
What?
I did it.
Can you turn down your phone? We're live.
Yeah.
We're
Hey,
texting you.
Zach and Lito, stop texting so much.
Martika, y'all could go 2 minutes.
I know we can't. We're brothers.
And you're responding in the text?
I'm not responding. I'm just turning the volume down. Sorry.
There's
Martika, what's up,
my
young
gosh.
lady? What's
Now,
going on?
I
So
don't
listen.
know Zach to be disrespectful. Lito, yes. RGG is very. He probably texted me.
Zach
and
was
told
the
me.
last text. I'm just playing. Don't even listen to us, man. Don't even listen. Don't even listen. So listen, so tonight's topic generally is, are you prepared to kill in order to survive? And that's a deep statement. It's a real statement. I know that there's a lot of working parts to that question. And generally, when it comes down to it now, it don't have to be necessarily shit hits the fan scenario out in the woods, invasion from overseas or nothing. It's like a simple, basic thought. Fragrance Journey, what up? What up? Terry Johnson, it's good to see you. Mentos, my brother, what's going on? I see, look, fat guy with guns. I don't want to, but now here's a reality. For a lot of us, it's not even a skill set that kind of holds us back. It's more of a moral standpoint that a lot of us have a tough hurdle to get over. Damn. What'd I do?
What?
The green bubble? I don't know. David Corey, what's going on? How you feeling? Y'all remember David?
Listen, David Corey is our buddy.
That's my boy right there.
He's our buddy.
So generally, there's a lot of working parts to this. There's a lot of parts to being able to actually have the skill set to kill, the heart to kill, the skill set to track and then trap and field strip. It ain't just like, yeah, I could kill if I got to. What the hell you gonna do after that? What are you gonna do with that body? Or what are you gonna, how do you know what parts are good to eat, what parts are not good for you to eat? There's a lot in there.
Well,
Calvin Calbrain, what up?
Confused because at first I thought you was talking about, two-legged animals, but then you started saying four-legged animals.
No, kill to survive. There's a deer in the thumbnail.
I know, but how you approached the conversation, I was like, wait, I thought we were talking about four-legged things.
We are. Guns don't argue. What up?
Okay.
What's going on?
You got a lot of meat right here, so.
OJ, what up? Yeah. That's my brother from the same mother. Yeah,
Uncle.
Yeah. We might have to get there. One day.
See, so here's the thing. I can't kill an animal. I will probably have to pray over it before killing it, but then you don't have that much time, So I guess I would say a prayer before going out and killing it.
So you would say that your toughest hurdle is the moral standpoint,
right? But like cleaning it, gutting it, I could do all that, but actually killing it, I can't. So but everything else, like field dressing it, I could do. That won't be a problem.
That's a big part of what we're talking about now, because you could say you do it if somebody stands over you and says, this is good, this is bad, keep this, you can't eat that, or whatever. I can cut up whatever somebody says to cut up, but I don't know. I don't have the skill set to understand and know what's good for me or what's bad for me. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with fish or deer. It's all in the same boat. Fish, I might have a little easier go. But when I'm taking a pig, a boar, or something like that, tech money, a
Why you gotta say
deer, yo, I don't. There'll be so much shitty ass meat laying around for me just butchering this thing up in the worst way, the wrong way. I might not know
So basically,
what's good, what's bad.
The bad part, well, the part that I really don't like because it's nasty is, well, the tube.
The tube,
intestines.
the intestine tube.
Yeah.
Well, I know somebody who might like the taste of chitlins.
Nope.
What? Wait, hold on.
You don't even know how to do it, man.
Add to stream. All right, there we go. Boom.
Much better. I didn't like
What's
that
up?
one.
How you feeling? Yeah, I tried to get with that, but that don't work for us because it's too many of us on the screen.
Yeah, I saw RGG
Oh,
using
this
it.
guy, Gina. This guy
my
is
no.
something wrong with this
You-
other fella.
Why?
I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in.
It better not be David.
It ain't
No,
David.
it's not David.
It ain't
Yeah,
David.
it's not David. But David, you
Here
know
we
he's
go.
welcome. You don't
Brace yourself.
discriminate.
What are you doing?
Look, that's
I'm ready. I got my
I'm
killing
rolling up
glasses on.
one.
That way the blood
Man.
stays out of my eyes.
Mm-mm-mm.
We already know Real Deal ain't got no problem
Something ain't
taking
right.
care of it.
Something ain't right.
I'm ready. Am I tactical?
Yeah, you look like a something to go. Oh man.
Now, see, what's funny is I was listening to Erica and I was like, I'm surprised Erica would have such a problem killing just anything, Erica, any animal.
No, not
I
any.
don't think any.
Not any. But like deer. Billy, stop moving. You're messing up the
so
lighting.
Sorry.
Even,
I'm good.
we look so unprofessional. We usually look unprofessional on Wednesdays.
I saw that.
John
day.
Joe, what's up? What's going
Hey,
on, John?
Miracle. Yeah, because I was thinking, my thought when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, I think I could. I remember telling my husband last year, I was watching some people showing processing chickens. I was like, I think I could do that. I don't think I'd be that torn. But when it comes to something like deer, you get into the processing part of it. Who know how to kill a deer?
That's the fun part. Even where they shoot
I know you
them.
do, Real Deal.
We have to shoot them in the ankle and then the head.
No, I mean to kill them. Not what you gonna do with it after it's dead. Like knowing where a animal needs to be hit to make sure that what you're killing, you're gonna be able to eat it.
So
Yeah.
when you shoot a deer, you look for its front. You look for the front leg. Where the front leg comes up to the body, you shoot it right behind the front shoulder. That's where the heart is, and it'll usually go down. Or you may shoot it; it may go down and get back up, and then take off, and then you gotta wait.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you just sit there and wait.
Then you gotta have the skill set
Wait
to
out
actually
and drop.
to track it. Because I've heard stories of a track going on for miles.
but if you
After the
hungry,
shot.
you gonna really want to do all that? Track it?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta go get it.
that's a lot of meat.
It is, but I'd rather just do it right the first time. I'd rather know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
gotta
even if
keep
you know what
going on
you're
those
doing.
weekend lessons right there.
Even
Mark
if you know
Thompson.
what you're doing, it still could take off on you. Just like it's an animal. You shoot it, its adrenaline's gonna be working, and it's gonna say, "I'm out of here."
I get what you're saying. Okay.
Hey, Mark, pop in if you feel like it. Miracle, what up? What up? Team Master, what's going on? So, but that's just a hell of a reality that I sit in this spot where I understand that I can do these things, but I'm not trained enough to follow through. I can shoot, that's no problem, and I can kill to eat. That's not a problem.
Right.
Can I break this thing down? Do I know how much time do I have before I can't eat this anymore?
Yes.
You know, I've heard stories of people coming back the next day. I'm thinking that's like rancid meat by that time. You know what I'm saying?
All depends where you live.
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably depends on how cold it is.
I say it would be no good because our temperature is really warm, so we would have to do it right then and there.
Even how can I say this? When you're in certain areas and you do take down an animal and you leave the scene and you come back and there are, vultures, buzzards, shit like that,
Absolutely.
attracting unwanted things like coyote, bear, some people in bear country, you kill that, you think, all right, let me go back and get my quad or some way to get this thing to where I'm at. You're leaving a fresh blood trail.
That's important.
A lot of
They're
times
getting hungry.
you're leaving a lot more in that. So when you kill a deer, when it goes down, you go and then you give it a field dressing. You cut its stomach open and you take all the guts out and everything right then before you even haul it back to your house or wherever your shanty is.
See, I did not know.
Yeah,
That's the first time I ever heard that in my life.
that's what the
It's called field dressing.
All
You're supposed to
these
get
things that we watch, you didn't know that?
That you're supposed to cut the
Yeah.
stomach out and the
Yes.
intestines and leave it where you're at.
Yes.
Did not know that. My family eats chitlins. We take it with us.
And that's the thing.
Like you said, OJ, right? The rooter to the tutor.
And that's you gotta cut the rooter out. You gotta get your knife. You gotta cut around that anus.
You never know when you
And
need the rooter.
pull all that out.
Did you know you had to cut the butthole?
Yes.
Stop it.
And then you gotta be careful. You don't cut the poop bag or the pee bag because you don't want to contaminate your meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See?
We're gonna be messed up.
Did not know. Gina, did you know you had to cut the butthole out?
Mm-mm.
Me neither. I just straight up just knowledge I did not have.
Mm-mm.
See that? Bullyproof, I'm on the same level. I really want somebody to be able to show me how to not only field dress, but to know what's proper. I couldn't break down the meat names. I couldn't tell you what a steak comes from or a prime rib or a filet mignon. I don't know those parts of the animal.
But you know what animal, right? You said you didn't know where it came from.
No, I mean like on their body.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
yeah.
like, Billy. We got to start somewhere else if we don't know that part.
Look, Zach said just eat the legs. No, Zach, you gotta eat. You can't waste the food. You can't waste it.
And with a deer, so you
That's-
skin it, and then you gotta rip all that tallow off.
Rip all that what?
They're tallow. They're fat and it's really waxy. You gotta get all
The
that
white
off the
stuff.
meat. Yeah. You gotta get that all off the meat, man. That stuff's no good. You don't want to eat that. And a lot of times
What's up?
when you're not in a survival mode and you're deer hunting for the sport of it to bring food home, like when you process it, you grind up the meat and stuff, you have to add fat to a deer because deers are very lean. They don't have fat. So a lot of people will add pork sausage or they'll add bacon to it and stuff to put the fat into the meat.
I have heard that. I did know that.
Yeah. Because there's also, aside from that, now, and we're talking about survival and utilizing every piece that you can, there is certain parts of the body that you can use for soap, that you can use for coverage, shelter, that you can use to repair shit. Certain fats that you can rub on your lips,
Right.
like what do you call that?
Vaseline.
Balm, yeah, like Vaseline or whatever. There's so much that we can just learn by just watching a few videos or something like that.
So I'll tell you something about the deer. So you skin the deer, right? You get the hide, you got to scrape it. You take your knife, you scrape all the tallow, get it down to the skin, right? Then you go to the deer to its brain. You remove the brain from the deer. You add it to some water and you mix it all up. You take the deer hide, skin side up towards the sun. You stretch it out, and then you take that water with the brain and you coat the skin. And what that does is, I don't know what the fancy word for it, but what that does is turn that turn that into whatever you want to make. You want to make it a blanket. You want to make it clothes out of it.
Mhm.
It treats the skin, so you can do that.
Okay, all right.
You can use the deer's brain with a little water and make a hide. I guess I don't know would be the fancy word for it, or maybe.
Now, have you ever seen the brain taken out? Like, do they do that through the eye or through the throat?
Crack his head open, man.
Damn.
Monique said it tans the leather. Like
That tans the leather. Exactly.
it
That's
tans
the
it.
word. Thank you. Who said that?
Monique King.
Monique knows what she's talking about.
Monique, why do you know that?
Exactly.
He's in Canada.
So that way you can use
Is it
use
Canada?
the deer's brain to tan the hide, and then you can make clothes out of it. You can make a rug out of it. You can make a blanket out of it.
Shelter, all that. Truth
All
and
that.
integrity. What up? What up? Lady Smith, what's going on? OG Deuce Dollar.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, a deer heart is delicious. You take a deer heart, you slice it up, you put in some flour, and you fry it with some onions and stuff. Oh, that is delicious.
So that's
Wait, I want to ask Virginia Bushcrafter because she's always in the woods.
yeah.
Virginia, do you do that? Like, do you hunt animals while you're in the bushes? Because he be out there for like days and weeks at a time. So, do you bring your own food or do you hunt your food, Virginia?
I think he brings food.
I would like to do bushcrafting with Virginia
Yeah.
because that's something he does on a regular basis.
So Gina, now, morally, how set are you to be able to track food? Now, because we said this, we spoke to somebody recently, and they said they work for the train lines, and they said there's derailments that are gonna fuck stuff up in the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's gonna get really nasty in the next 2 weeks. Derailments. Erica was telling me about some political issues with the euro and the U.S. dollar. Yep, the banks buying
A
other
lot
banks,
of
all
banks
this
are
other shit.
buying out right now.
Can I
So-
say something real quick, Billy?
Yeah.
go ahead.
Can I say something about that? So the U.S. dollar is the number one currency through the whole world, right? They use the U.S. money.
Mhm.
All the countries around the world are dumping the U.S. dollar and taking the Chinese dollar, wherever they call the Chinese money.
Right.
So China's money is becoming the number one currency,
Right.
which would be America, and that does two things to America. It weakens our money, and it tells the world that we're no longer the power. We're no longer the force that we used to be.
Right. Yen. That's what it's called.
The
Yen.
yen. And the banks are for me, the banks are the scariest things that's going on right now, because I don't have a crystal ball, but you start playing around with money, man, things are going to crash. Inflation's going to, $20 for a gallon of milk and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Charles Henry, what up?
Companies are go under.
With this actually being a tangible reality, I don't like the fear shit, but the stuff that's actually happening in front of us, does that push you more toward the interest and the vibe or the feeling to be able to kill to survive?
Mhm.
Gina,
Yeah. That's why I started thinking about it last year. It was before all this. That's why I've been trying to really push at getting me some chicken, because I know, like, I don't like what I'm seeing. Now, I don't know if I've fed so far into the money part of it yet, but the dollar issue of it, the banks that are having some issues. This, to me, this is not new.
Mhm.
I've seen it. I work in the financial world, not really, but kinda. So that part is not really shaking me. But knowing that the cost of things, though, that's something that is going to happen. It's happening.
Yeah, it moves faster than a whole lot of shit. Or at least people notice it when they're not paying attention to what we in general pay attention to.
Now,
You'll
what
feel
I can say is I don't know how comfortable I am with all animals. So far, I can wrap my mind around chickens, even meat chickens and processing. But a deer, I don't know if I'm there yet. Plus, I'm not big on deer anyway. I'm not big on meat at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that I could say that I could do fish. Give me some fish. Get me to some water.
Hey, everybody in the chat, man, do me a favor. Take a couple seconds out. 2 things. I need y'all to hit that like button and say what's up to Corey for me because I'm not speaking to him. Geneva. What's up, young lady? So with me, fishing has always been part of my life. And I never, it's weird and it sounds pretty fucked up, but I don't even give them or haven't given them in the past the respect of being a live animal. You know what I'm saying? I cut that head off like it ain't even a thing. Like it's a piece of grass, like I'm cutting the grass, like I'm cutting the lawn.
See,
I feel the same way.
See, I can do fishing stuff, but I do feel funny doing it because animals have souls.
Mm-hmm.
So I do.
I hear that. I hear that, but
I don't mind once they pass. I don't have a problem. The cleaning part, and you know that already.
I hear that.
Pigs and stuff.
Fat guy with guns. What up, big baby?
What's up?
Hey, Zach.
What up, Dina? Hey, Erica. What about
that?
Good. Just listening to y'all.
Yep. See, fishing since Michigan. Speaking of Michigan, might as well bring this ugly son of a. What's up, Skilly?
Skilly.
You know, he jump in the live and walk away from his dad.
He's muted.
I hear y'all. What up, everybody? I hear y'all talking about the banks. Now, I am a banker. I've been a banker since the 90s. So all this stuff that's going on is not new. Mm-hmm. It's just that as time goes on and the way the 24-hour news cycle works, this stuff been going on. Banks bailing out banks. Government's giving banks money. The reason why the bank I work for is still there is because the government made them take $8 billion. Didn't ask for it. Made them take it. Said you're gonna take it. You're gonna buy this other bank out, which doesn't exist anymore. And because they're a large regional bank, and what you don't want to happen is you don't want large regional banks to fail because that causes systemic failure.
True.
That's why you see what they did. Where was it? Wells Fargo, PNC is involved. Chase, a lot of different banks. First National that was failing. They pumped money into First National because First National is a sizable regional bank. So what you try to do is you try to head off the systemic failures. Like that bank that crapped out in Simi Valley, whatever, is because they wouldn't regulate it. If you notice, all of the banks that are heavily regulated or conservative, those banks, they make it.
They survive.
Right. Well, I mean, it's nothing to really worry about. They monitor over more than anything else. And then people get scared about the dollar. Countries also, there is a thing going on now with the dollar and the yen, the Chinese currency, but I'm not worried about that either. This type of stuff has been floating around. It's been happening with the money. Every empire falls, so don't think that can't happen because the United States is not but an empire. Every empire falls. If Rome could fall, so could the United States. But it's not anything that, like I said, I've been in banking. Banks been closing and getting swooped up and swallowed up. And literally since the 90s, I've been in banking since the 90s. And it's been going on for a long time. A lot of banks that you knew that were there are gone. I watched them come. I worked for them. I watched them.
Dime Bank.
You just named banks that didn't exist in the 90s. Chase wasn't a bank. Chase wasn't a bank. I worked for them. It was Bank One before it turned to Chase.
I remember used to be Chemical Bank. Used to be out there. Used to have Bank, NatWest.
A bank. I used to work for them too. I worked for the mortgage company. It was National City, and it was City National before that because I banked with them for my very first bank account. So
there's nothing to be.
It's been always happening. And PNC was more south, a bank that was further south, and they took over all the banks here.
They were real heavy in Jersey. PNC was real heavy in Jersey. When they started rolling in to take over National City, it was a big transition. But if you knew the history of that bank, they were very conservative. They didn't do all that crazy stuff like the other banks were doing, and that's why when it came time for a bank to take over this region, they were told, "Listen, you're gonna take this money, and you're gonna." And they didn't. That's why they were one of the first ones to pay it back. They didn't need it. It's a
And I'm
pretty.
not saying there probably isn't something there, but I'm like Zach. I'm not really that.
That's what doesn't bother me. It's because I've just been in banking for so long. I've seen this. This isn't new. I've watched this. I've watched banks rise, watch them fall, watch them crumble.
Yep.
Same thing been going on for 30-something years. That's what happens with banks.
Yeah,
Of course.
and a lot of the banks that y'all know are heavily regulated.
They didn't remove the regulation on all banks, but there were banks that had assets. I think it might have been up to $50 billion. If it was $50 billion or less, there were certain things that the bank had to follow. Silicon Valley Bank went and lobbied against that. So they weren't regulated like these other banks. They weren't regulated like Wells Fargo. They weren't regulated like PNC. They actually were able to carve themselves out. That's why they failed, because they were doing all types of crazy stuff with their assets that they weren't supposed to. Like what happened? What was the insurance company? I think it was AGI or whatever. Did the same thing. They were using those investor-backed securities and stuff and banking on stuff to be bad and things like that. Silicon Valley Bank was doing crazy stuff. That's why they're going. That's why the government wouldn't save them. You notice that. They weren't important enough. If they were important enough, the government would have built them out. And they were letting them go because they weren't important enough. So
National City was whose downfall? Myron said National City Mortgage Company was their downfall. Whose downfall?
National City Mortgage Company was not. It
still exists. It just doesn't exist as National City Mortgage.
So I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened with National City Mortgage. I'm very intimately aware of that because that's the company that I used to work for.
I did too. I worked for them as well.
During subprime, National City was doing all types of crazy stuff. You could go in and get a $500,000 loan with a $520 credit score just because you could prove that you could pay your cell phone bill on time.
That part.
And at that time, I was working on the help desk. But what I used to do is I actually managed all of the mortgage systems. I had like guard rights over every mortgage system.
We didn't meet. When did you work there, Zach?
I've been working since 2004.
No, you probably weren't in. Were you in Dayton then?
Yeah, I worked in Miamisburg. Building 5 was the first building that I worked in. Right, it's like the bargain hunters now.
The last one.
Yeah, on 741 is bargain hunters.
Yeah, now. I was in 3, but I moved to 5. I was in.
I used to work at the Red Lobster over there in the Copenhagen.
Man, I used to eat your biscuits. I used to go in there and eat biscuits.
National City Mortgage wasn't their downfall. What happened was one of the most honest businessmen I've ever heard, cat by the name of Buck Bibb. We had a big giant meeting, and Buck said what happened is they were making so much money they closed down the wholesale division while it was making money. The subprime division was still making money. And this man said this in front of I don't know how many people were there. He said, it's kind of hard to do the right thing when you're making money hand over fist. He said that. Yeah. That's why he was the most, out of any damn business person I ever met, he's the most honest as far as I'm concerned. And they closed that part of the business down. The mortgage company didn't kill that bank. What killed that bank, they did too much stuff. We used to have parties.
Predatory lending.
Yeah, predatory lending. We had parties with free wine and all type of stuff.
People in Texas. David, y'all people in Texas,
that's right.
Y'all was getting them $400,000 or $500,000 houses, and y'all was basically making y'all was basically coming out of poverty.
We actually, because the department that I worked in, we predicted that was going to happen because we used to watch. We worked with every loan officer, every underwriter, every closer, and we would watch what they would have us do because we had permission to do. We would go in and manipulate the system.
No people couldn't make them payments. Some people weren't bringing home enough paycheck to make those payments.
Y'all sound like Primerica.
Right.
Erica.
But that's what it was. All of those places like that.
When you get livestock, don't name your food.
I get that.
When you get chickens, you don't name your food. Don't say, "Come here, little Susie," and then Billy says, "What's for dinner?"
Little cluck cluck. Little cluck cluck.
You know.
Hey, like tactical precision. I lived in Amityville for some time. More wine dance, Babylon.
What a fan.
Hey, Rodney Brady.
Yeah, what's up, Rodney Brady? What's going
everybody, on? Truth and Integrity.
Truth and Integrity. Fan, slide up in
Lady
here.
Smith.
Fan. Brady.
Y'all, fam is a very not a good influence in the firearm world. I just want everybody to know that on Billy's no.
Hey. Fan.
Well, in LA, fan.
I don't even Google guns no more. I just go to his Instagram. I don't Google none of that custom guns. No, I don't.
I didn't even tell me. I just had to go to his Instagram.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you gotta do.
Hey, David, that's what it sounds like.
Shit.
David, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Hey, Rodney, pop back in if you get a chance.
You weren't robbing y'all in
It wasn't
Texas.
just Texas. It was
People-
everywhere.
It was
And I
all
didn't
over
do
the
that.
country.
I didn't
Now,
do
yeah,
that.
I wasn't. I saw what was getting ready to happen because
Mhm.
of what was getting ready. I was
It was sad. It really
intimately
was.
involved in that. You watch people, like I said, who could pay their cell phone bill, but they had a 520 score, and they give them $500,000 like nothing.
Oh, y'all got this guy right.
Yo, don't worry about that.
Look at all this wisdom.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Interest.
Listen.
Look at that.
While y'all was doing the righteous thing, man, I was bootlegging CDs out of Camelot Records, B. That's all I'm saying. Son, I was eating
That's
off
what's up.
He was
of dopest
bootlegging
shows on earth,
records.
man. I was bootlegging records out of Camelot Records, B. Peace, everybody. See y'all soon.
There's a picture.
Please, man. I mean, tapping it depends, man. It depends. I mean, if you have a use for a HELOC, ain't nothing wrong with a home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your money. It's basically money you have sitting there, and if you want to use it, use it. You can get a good interest.
I ain't gonna tell nobody how to use no HELOC, but buy more property. I'm not
Yeah,
telling nobody.
I'm a gold and silver.
Exactly. You take that HELOC and turn it into an
Use that
investment.
equity into. Yep.
That's right. That's your money.
I mean, I ain't telling you what to do.
Tactical Precision. That's Erica family out there. You know, she Puerto Rican.
Just send us some.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be another mortgage crisis too in LA. Two in LA, banker too.
I'm shocked that it's taking so long.
Well, it's because that's why if you see what's happening, that's why they keep raising interest rates.
Oh yeah.
What happened is interest rates were held low, so artificial for such a long time. That's why now it seems like this. Everybody in Macon knew this was coming. They had to do it. They had to raise them because it was artificial. So they caused stuff to happen. So now it seems like, oh my God, we're getting killed. What's happening is it's a correction.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to fix it. Shouldn't have had no 3%.
I'm just really shocked it's taking so long because I work in bankruptcy now, and I'm surprised I'm not seeing more people. I know these people ain't out there making it because I know what's happening, but they just out here struggling for no reason.
Gina,
you want to know what happened with the whole pandemic thing too? It actually made a lot more people self-sufficient and self-reliant. Because you get people who say, people are lazy, they just don't want to work. Some people decided that they were going to find other ways to make money and I don't want to work for anybody.
Better ways. They took the time to better themselves instead of sitting at home just getting those stimulus. They was taking them stimulus and flipping them with education, with property, with whatever they wanted to do.
That was the thing to do. If I'm getting an extra however many thousands of dollars because I got all these kids and all that, everybody wasn't just being willy-nilly with that money. Some people were taking that money and investing and doing things and making things happen for themselves.
You see how angry the Walmarts and the Krogers of America are upset that people don't want to work. Don't want to work for them.
People don't want to be slaves, man.
As soon as those ideas, you have to realize that the economy is forcing people to not work. Now, have you been in McDonald's lately? Nobody takes your order. You put your own order in. You go to Walmart. Nobody picks your bags, put your shit in your bag. You bag your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are slowly forcing the workforce out.
You gotta scan your own food.
When I went to Walmart and I saw that they had removed probably about maybe 40% of the registers self checkout, you keep thinking that it's because people just don't want to work. No, it's because you're trying not to pay people.
Exactly.
You one of the most profitable companies on the planet, and you're doing that bullshit.
Say that.
You don't want to pay people. You don't want people to work.
I stand in line. They say, "Sir, self checkout's open." I said, "No, thank you. I don't work here."
What happened is
people at the top of the market for a long time.
Yep,
when I left National City, no, it was actually before I went to National City. Walmart already had their own credit card, not like most places where you go and you get a credit card for them, and it's Visa, MasterCard. Walmart funds their own stuff. Everything that cycles through them is them. They cycle their own money, and they don't pay big people.
They're one of the largest corporations in the world, and they work you to death too. They don't want you to have no holidays. They don't want you to.
They got lots of money. Crazy.
So I got a question for everybody. Who is ready or who is willing, if you're hungry enough, who's going to eat a possum?
No.
Skilly, listen.
I ain't that hungry.
Hey, Skilly, I need to know what you'll kill.
I never say never.
I'd be a vegetarian first.
A squirrel? I'll kill a squirrel, a rabbit. That right.
Are you gonna kill it to eat it? You gonna eat a squirrel?
I eat a squirrel.
You know how to strip down a squirrel. You know what?
I don't know nothing about field stripping no animal. No.
And here's the funny thing. I know how to do a squirrel and a rabbit. We had a cat that we knew named, we called him the Hood Billy up in Cincinnati. He actually did a thing for us on Facebook. Me and the crew of my guys that shoot by the Cincinnati. He did it and showed us how to do it. This is way back in the day. How you cut around the feet and all. He did all that. I would eat it if I was gonna die. I don't want to eat no damn possum, but if I had to, listen, it is what it is.
I'm here to tell you, possum's good eating. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this picture?
I see.
That's a possum.
That's a possum.
Anything good with a little pepper, ketchup, and mustard.
What'd you use?
A pellet gun.
It's an air gun.
Oh yeah. They look so ugly. Yeah,
they work.
And right there, that's where I shot it, right behind the shoulder blade. It was
a little blood spotter.
Yeah.
You
look like that was about 1,000 grays ago.
Yeah, I mean that's when I was doing my impression of Buddha. Check that belly out.
That's why I said which one is the possum.
He said ground chuck way better than possum.
What is a ground chuck? Is it
where you at, James? What state is that? I don't even know if I've ever seen one of those.
A ground chuck. How much? Ground chuck is like a woodchuck, right? It's related.
I've never seen a woodchuck.
How many woodchuck can a woodchuck chuck a woodchuck and a woodpecker chuck?
A woodpecker.
Bye, Skilly. Bye.
He almost had it right. He almost had it.
Cursed in there.
I know it's something like that. I just can't remember all the words.
He's in Michigan.
Michigan ground chuck. I'm gonna have to Google it. I don't know if I know what that.
Yeah, I don't know what a ground chuck.
Ground chuck has many names. Yeah, it's a woodchuck.
So a groundhog. So anything along that large vermin scale, like
raccoons,
beavers, raccoons. What do you call them other things?
You got rabbits, you got squirrels.
Yeah, this is how much Google don't want me to know what a ground chuck is.
It showed you ground chuck.
That's why I started laughing.
It's already to go for you. It's already processed and everything.
Red fisher. That's a nutria rat. I've seen those before. Those things are huge.
Badgers.
Badgers over here. New Orleans,
Minks.
They got a lot of them in New Orleans.
That's the rodents that they got over where 2A in LA live. The rich ass rodents, cocker spaniels, just loose running around.
Yeah.
Rich ass people.
Hey,
are those nutria rats in America? I thought they were in like South America.
No, I know they be catching them in Louisiana.
New Orleans, yeah. They do a lot of them. Yeah, they run around.
And that's the biggest rodent. Them things like pit bulls.
Yeah,
it's huge, man. It's
they did.
What is it?
A nutria rat.
Nutria rat. They be eating them down there. They be eating.
They eat them out in New Orleans. That's a dish. They cook
that's
with that.
I'm saying, man.
Crawdads.
Never say never. Your stomach start touching your spine and things is coming. Your vision getting blurry and you think things is over. Like give me that leg over there.
How many people remember as a kid playing in the creeks and finding crawdads and stuff?
Yeah,
people eat crawdads.
Parasite. Listen,
so all right,
people giving the like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. Listen, when as I say, that vision get blurry and you think you about to go home and meet your maker. And listen, that's what I'm saying. Let me try that squirrel over there. Let me eat that ground chuck. Let me get some of that.
I'm telling you, get some squirrel, some onions, and some gravy on it. You're gonna have a good meal.
I'm
So
not
let me
eating
ask
at your
y'all.
house, real deal, unless I see it before you cook it. I need to know what you cooking.
Make
So
sure
I
you
can't
get
trust
yourself.
it.
Make sure
I
you get
can't
Hey,
some.
Zach
Make
had
sure
some
you,
goat
Jambalaya.
chili. Zach
I had
came
some
over and
goat
had
chops.
goat chili.
I had goat chops. I had goat
I
chili.
think
It
so.
was delicious.
So what is the difference for y'all between killing like a mammal and a fish? Is it? I guess let's go around the circle. What's your preference if it had to come to it?
I would say fish because fish is a lot easier to clean and cut. I guess what they call it, what's it?
fillet.
Fillet. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
I know fishing better. I mean, I know how to fish. I've been fishing for forever. I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not against the other stuff, but if I had my choice, it would be
Fish.
fishing because I know how to fish, know how to clean fish, and know what to do.
Let me ask you and Skilly something. If you couldn't catch a fish, but you seen like frogs, would you eat a frog?
Oh no. I don't.
Yeah, I done had 4 legs before. Tastes like chicken to me.
Real deal. What do you prefer?
Animal.
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 So
Squirrels,
vague.
raccoons, possum, critters, man. I'll take the critters over the fish. It's not hard to kill a critter, and it's not hard to clean a critter. You kill it, you rip the skin off of it, you rip the guts out of it, you put it in fire, you eat. Good.
Well, see, I say fish because that's what I know how to do now. Maybe
True.
a couple years down the road, I might learn how to.
Right, that's what I prefer. If I learn how to field dress and and I'm probably gonna learn because real deal, I'm pretty sure he's gonna teach me,
Yep.
and I'm gonna learn how to do all that stuff, and then
Right.
it won't be an issue once I know how to do it.
Let me say this. So I have killed lots of chickens. I have gone hunting. I have gone fishing. I've done all this stuff. I'm not an expert in this. I'm not trying to say I'm Joe Rambo or anything. But what I'm trying to say is I don't wake up in the morning and say, ooh, I get to go kill animals today. I don't get excited about killing an animal. But I do kill that animal, and I am very grateful because that animal is going to provide food and nourishment for my family, and my family will be able to live another day. And so I give thanks to the animal. It's a circle of life.
Right.
I don't kill it to enjoy it, but I kill it so it could make me survive and my family live. And that's the whole thing. I don't say, ooh, I get to kill an animal. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that animal has given up his life so my family can live.
Yeah. It's a respect.
That's the way you got to look at it. You can't look at it as a cute, fuzzy little creature.
Gina, what do you say?
For me, I mean, that'd be my first choice because to me it's easier, and I don't look at fish. I'm like you, Billy. I really don't even think I ever looked at fish as being an animal.
Yeah.
God, y'all so cruel. How's fish not?
Yo, I used to put crab in the pot, hot boiling water, and be like, "Ooh, look! He's shaking that hand, be shaking like a motherfucker." Yeah. Listen,
I don't know where that disassociation came from because fish, crab, they're living creatures. But when you think about it, it's like you had no second thought. I can kill it, I can do whatever with it. But if you start thinking about other animals, you start getting squeamish. I don't get it. I
don't either.
How many people caught a fish and take your knife and smack it on top of the head and throw it in the water?
Plenty of times.
I'm gonna go somewhere with this, and don't take me as a messed up person, but I'm gonna go somewhere with this. Deborah, what up? CRG in the building. So, sometime in the past, there was a conversation, and it upset somebody, really upset them, because another person said, "I've tasted dog before." Zach, you remember this conversation?
I
remember this.
I've tasted dog before, and that really pushed somebody over to the edge. Like, how the hell could you do that? It's just a cultural thing that stops us from feeling a certain way about another animal. More so, we give dogs. I got 10 dogs inside my home right now. I wouldn't let them out there in the rain. That's crazy to me. You let your dog outside in the rain, in the mud, and the ants, and no. But at the same time, I'll chop a fish's head off and won't think twice.
Yeah.
And some people would put a dog on a grill. A
Lots
dog,
of countries eat dogs. Just like I was reading, a lot of countries they eat dogs. They ain't no problem with it at all.
They'll put that shit on the grill. but got a cow on a rug, feeding it the best corn. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's a lot of I don't want to say disassociation, I guess, in the Western way of life, but when we look at what other countries and other religions and other cultures are doing, our fucking mind is shot, like blown. How could you eat that? You eat rat or cat? You know, back in the 90s, that was all crazy. You know, you can't go to the Chinese place without getting worried about if you're getting cat.
Yeah.
When you learn, it's just I
Cat?
think it's because we live in the States. It's just like we get our protein. We get most of our protein from pigs and cows and stuff like that. But in other places, I watch this stuff. Like they get most of their protein eating insects, things like that. Some stuff have higher protein content than some of the stuff we eat. And I think it's just because that's how they live. That's how they've been living their whole life. They might look at us and say, "Wait, are you eating a cow?" Some places you go eat a cow, they'll kill you. This is a sacred animal.
Like India and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've said this before. The most popular meat in the world, not in the country, not in America, but in the whole wide world, is more people eat goat than any other animal through the world.
Yeah, goat is good.
Yeah.
Goat actually tastes good. I've had it.
And Billy, I'll take it one step further. I have a pet pig, Tank. I've had him since he was a baby. He lives in my house. He sleeps next to my bed. I pet him. I give him treats. He's my buddy.
He talks.
In 2 weeks, I'm going to buy a bunch of piglets to raise to eat. Tank's my pet. These pigs are my food. They're two things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and help you with the real deal with them pigs. I want to learn how to do all this stuff.
how to harvest them, right?
Yep, I want to go up there and do it.
That's what I want to do, but like I don't want to take. It's like I'd rather have Billy do that part, but me learn how to field dress it and stuff. I don't mind once it's dead. I don't care for it anymore. But actually watching it lose its life, that's the part I can't get over.
Well, it's funny because I had that experience and it was a weird experience, but my whole thing was based around thinking something was a nuisance. It wasn't based around me thinking that I needed it to survive. Because after it happened, I sort of felt kind of remorseful about it. I'm like, man, I just killed this thing and I felt bad about it. Realtor told me I should have. It's not like I should have been rejoicing over it. He said I had a natural reaction to that. Now, if it was something I was going to kill and eat, maybe I wouldn't have had that reaction. This was just something that I just wanted to get rid of. I didn't want to be there.
You didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
It was a whole different what do you call that? I don't want to say greed.
It was I don't know, it was emotional. But let me just say that it was. I thought about it for a long time afterwards. Like, damn,
Patrick, what up?
He killed something. I thought about it for a long time.
Yeah.
So Devereaux learned from his mother. So Devereaux, when you be like, you be going out to the woods and stuff. So you field dress your deer and stuff while you there and just bring everything else home, or do you bring everything home and field dress it when you get home?
So if he's field dressing it, he's just cutting it open, removing the cuts, and he's taking the whole thing home, and then he's cutting the skin off, the hide, and then he's breaking it down.
Snake tastes good, Joe. Snake tastes good, man.
What's the difference between what is the other thing that you call it? So is field dressing and is the other thing called harvesting?
Well, yeah, I mean you can use the word harvesting, like when
butchery.
I dispatch my chickens, right? Like me and my wife have a system. I gather the chickens, I kill them, I depuck them, and then I put them on a table, and she removes a couple of feathers here and there, and then she's opening them up and she's pulling all the guts out and everything, and she's getting them, and then she's taking them upstairs and getting them ready to be sealed up and put in a deep freezer.
See, I can do that part.
You still gotta learn though, right?
Yeah, I still gotta learn, but I watch plenty of videos on chicken and stuff. So
why you don't think you can kill it? Like I watch Real Deal do it. It's just like
Hey, I ran over some squirrels.
It was for a purpose. He wasn't just doing it to be doing it. It was for a purpose.
No, but still.
Feathers off, all that,
Hey, Siege.
Hey, Siege.
Hey, Siege.
Hey, Erica, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
But when you grow a garden and you harvest, and you're picking the food and stuff, do you feel closer to nature? Do you feel closer to God that you raise your own food and you're picking it?
Yes.
It's the same thing with animals. I feel the same. I feel the same thing with animals. When I raise an animal and kill it and harvest it, and we cook it and put it on the table, I feel that connection. I feel one with the nature. I feel one with God. I feel that humility between us.
Now you're gonna have me going out here trying to see if I can catch one of these squirrels.
Minority, what up? What up? So let me ask you a question. Now we all try to sound as humble as possible and kumbaya. We kill an animal, we say a prayer, we treat it properly. For some reason, I think it might be a little different for a lot of people. The sports side. There's a lot of people who are like, "Wow, I got that motherfucker right in the motherfucking neck."
Yeah, people go trophy hunting all the time. They want
all the time.
They want that big giant head on their wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Humphrey, what up? What up? So we're in the live, but so some of us front a little bit. I think I'm not in tune with the world like that so much where I'm gonna be like, this is my offering to my family, and I had to lose a family to gain a family. Fuck all that. I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to hunt and track down whatever I got to do to survive.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more raw.
If it was a shift situation, then I probably have different feelings. But for right now, no. And I think even hunting or even fishing, just to be out there fishing, just to get a freaking trophy, I think it's disrespectful.
Even when the poop hits a fan and you're hunting for survival, I still think you can have that connection with nature.
I think it's you, Siege.
And you still can be grateful for what you killed. Mm-hmm. Now that's different from trophy hunting. That's different from trophy picking.
Look, Ray Official, see, somebody's with me. I shot shit and kept it moving.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and Ray is.
I remember I got my first BB gun. I was out there in the yard looking for birds.
Ray is ignorant.
Damn.
That's loud and clear.
But I guess the biggest thing is to be able to, like I said, to be able to have the passion, the need, and then the passion to kill something, and then the skill set and the knowledge to harvest it properly. Now, let's get into another,
angle.
Section of this. What is dangerous when you are out there? What do you want to avoid puncturing? What do you want to avoid eating?
Oh, I can tell you that. Now, some people go mushroom hunting. I don't mess with any mushroom. I don't have enough knowledge to pick a mushroom and eat it because Mother Nature does two things. It makes it edible, and then it makes a counterpart that looks just like the edible that will kill you.
Dangerous.
And I don't have the knowledge to know which one is which, and so I don't mess with none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said eat the legs.
Definitely have heard that about mushrooms. Like people don't be playing with foraging. They don't play with mushrooms because they have too many.
You gotta know what you're doing.
Now, here's the thing. A friend of mine had just went on a mushroom hunt in Atlanta or in the Atlanta area. And this entire thing was like 15, 20 people that went hunting for mushrooms. And I would love to, how can I say, to be a fly on the wall seeing somebody grab the wrong shit and think, yeah, we can eat this, and realize that'll make you sick. There might be allergies that you have no clue.
Yeah, that's why you got to go with somebody who knows. I know a lady here that I worked with. They have property, and she goes mushroom hunting on her property. Every year they do it because we would talk about it all the time. She go they get all these mushrooms, on their property. You just gotta know what you're doing. Gotta have somebody with you that knows what they're doing. Mess around, you eat a mushroom. Ooh, this is tasty. That's it. The last time you tasted anything.
And think, we had, through time, people learned what was good and what was not. How did they learn it? The head caveman was telling the weaker caveman, you eat that. And then what happens to him?
Bye-bye.
That's how they be doing Skilly. Hey, Skilly, eat this.
How the hell grandma glasses gonna call me ignorant?
Why y'all let this ignorant motherfucker?
You sit there walking around with your grandma glasses on, gonna call somebody ignorant.
You got them Aunt Velmas on.
It needs the chains with the little string on it.
Well, got a seeing-eyed cockroach.
What up, Parasite?
What's going on?
What's up? How y'all doing?
What up, though?
What's up, Parasite?
Hey, man, y'all was talking about those mushrooms. I kind of shied away from that. I remember early on, somebody was, I think it was in school or something, they were getting certain mushrooms and doing certain things and tripping off of it, to get high or whatever. I wasn't fooling with that because I do know you get the wrong one, that's your hind parts. You messed up.
Parasite, you get those mushrooms got to grow out of cow poop, and then you're good to go.
I don't know. I that part I avoid. I always have avoided. But when you talk about what's dangerous, say for instance, certain animals, there's a certain vein or whatever that you want to avoid. Like I know with a raccoon, there's a vein. They call it the musk vein. It's somewhere along in this region. When you go in, if you don't cut it out without cutting it, it spoils the meat. I guess that part.
If you nick it,
nasty. So I've always taken the neck off, the head off, and all of this here. Everything else on the raccoon go good.
You like raccoon?
Yeah, that's the other red meat.
So you know what a raccoon toothpick is, don't you?
Yeah. Hey, y'all know what Real Deal talking about. We had a cat that we was in school. I didn't even know he had a whole necklace made out of them. I said, "What is that?" They was coon peckers. That's the other word for the D word. Which you try to kick a cow dig in. But they take the country folks take that off because his is always what it is. Okay, he don't have to go nowhere. His is already there. He don't need that peel. So, and they take that part out. It's a bone, and they would drill a hole in it, put a string through it, and they would have a whole look like Zulu warrior. Man, I'm like, what y'all got around your neck? That was them things.
With a bunch of dick necklace. What the hell?
They call it
I want to say it
because people take it.
That's what it was, man. Come nigga run around. He had a necklace with about 21 of them raccoons on there,
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And only one other guy knew what it was. I got educated that day. I was like, man, he was way country. He lived down at Port Gibson. I was from Mississippi. He was down over there around the Grand Gulf. That thing, man. I said, boy, y'all something else over there. But I found out, later on, I had an opportunity to dress one. A couple of those big boo coon. That's a lot of meat right there. That big boy, that big bow coon. That's where you get that from. That's what it, So, and it can be sharpened and used as a weapon. Yes, it can. So there's things you learn about animals and stuff that they are, they can be tools and weapons also. But I'm gonna think about a video. Got killed with a coon deep.
Right.
Stabbed him with a coon pick.
Yeah.
But like
peck it to the neck.
You have to know what not to cut into because it will ruin different things. Like for instance, deer meat. You got to get the blood out.
Well, you gotta make sure you don't. Gotta make sure you don't. When you start field dressing it, you gotta make sure you don't puncture the urine sac because if you puncture the urine sac, you just tainted all the meat.
Right. You take all that out as one. That's why you roll it all out.
Yeah.
Put all that in one thing. All of the intestines. Don't puncture the intestines. Just bring it.
You gotta reach up there in the throat, and you gotta grab it, and you gotta pull it down, and you gotta cut it, and then it'll all start dropping. You start cutting the lungs, and everything will start falling out. And then
you hold the head up high.
Yeah, you hang them up, and you gotta reach up in their throat because you want to cut their throat inside. And then once you do that, then you start cutting the lungs out and everything. Everything starts rolling out.
We put his hind parts up high, and then his head down low, because we cut his throat and hang him up by his hind heels, and his blood go out down that way. And when you cut around the cut the sex and all that, and then you start you bring him on down, you split the hind legs, and you just basically take his clothes off, and then you just unroll all of the intestines out. You cut.
Hey, they say this shit like it takes 5 minutes. You be out there for 4 fucking hours.
No, it takes
4 hours.
If you got somebody to know what they're doing, I mean, yeah, they can do that thing and do a whole deer in 5 minutes.
There's a CNB hunting outdoors. He and his sons and all of them, they do it. When they get him, and they'll hang that joker up, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah,
they'll have everything on the ground cut up and in the thing. CNB outdoors.
Yeah, that's the boss man down in Texas. I watched them all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's boss man.
They bad too. And they have them all the way down to have them in the container ready to go in the freezer.
I'm gonna be vegan. I'm getting my seeds together.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that now.
Once you get past all the blood and everything, I watched them do, like you said, they cut it, and they just like sort of roll the guts right out of it. It was.
I ain't rich enough in that deer.
Here's something that nobody talks about.
You ain't gonna go. You ain't gonna go for it.
I mean,
nobody talks about in survival situation. If you eat meat, you have to eat veggies, because if you just eat meat by itself, you'll get meat poison.
Yep.
You have to have your veggies.
Also, you actually have to have a balance.
You can overdose on iron too.
Mm-hmm. And even people that are vegan, something they had to learn how to do is balance to get those things that they have to focus on what will give you the proteins that you miss from the meat. And all of those things, and the iron and different things like that, you have to focus on those things that give you the right nutrients so that you will have that balance. It's balanced diet. It doesn't necessarily have to be meat, but you have to have that same type of.
Hey, Parasite, I'm going to tell you a little secret about vegans. There is no such thing as a vegan, because as soon as they get drunk, they eat a cheeseburger.
That's not true.
That's not true.
A lot of it is they get drunk and crack that meat. And they eat a cheeseburger, and they're like, I was drunk.
They eat a veggie burger.
Monday.
That's
a vegan's favorite day, Monday.
I go veggie burger with some cheese on it.
Meatless Monday.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, like, I can see where that works. Is how you think all the other animals get their protein? They ain't eating meat. They eating veggies and shit like that. So we do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think you can eat veggies and sustain if you do it correctly, just like. Like you said, if you're eating meat and you're eating just meat, I think you will have some illnesses going on.
If I'm in a survival situation and I'm with a bunch of people and all we're eating is veggies, it's going to look like the old cartoons. I'm going to look over and Billy's going to look like a pork chop walking away. I mean, like sharpening the knives,
You better watch it, Billy. Watch out, I was in trouble.
Hey, Ray Fisher, you playing jazz music?
Somebody playing jazz music.
Oh yeah, that's me. My bad.
I knew it was your old ass. I'm sorry.
He listened to New Orleans music with that bone knife on his desk.
Hey, you know what, Skill? I ain't even gonna say. I was getting ready to say some old fucked up shit, but I said I ain't even gonna do it.
Come on, you old fart.
Robot.
What you gonna say?
So how many people are open to actually hunting? How many people are actually open to hunting?
I'm open to it.
I would go.
But I don't want to sport hunt. I don't want to sport hunt.
Oh no, I think something wrong with that.
Yeah,
I prefer raising my own food and then going hunting.
Okay, yeah. Now, growing up, seeing a chicken slaughtered was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like a snake. The nerves don't die right instantly.
Yeah.
And so when you see that happen as a kid, that was slightly disturbing, but it was delicious.
that was delicious.
That's like frogs though, because frogs do that too, don't they?
But I guess it was different for us because I'm from the country out in New Orleans, outside of New Orleans,
Okay.
And you know, when we first saw our first chicken get slaughtered, I mean, man, that was like the funniest shit we ever seen because you know they chopped the head off, and next thing you know, this
Keep
damn
running
chicken
around.
chasing our ass all over the damn place, you know. And I mean, we're running and laughing and shit like that, you know. And then our little crazy ass is talking about do another one, you know, so we can run from the damn chicken again, like this chicken gonna follow our ass. But that was the dumb shit we did as kids. Same thing with the cows, you know. I mean, because where we were from, you had cows, you had chickens, hogs, you had some of everything, you know. So you go out there, you know, one uncle in the neighborhood might have, you know, a whole bunch of chickens. Another uncle had cows. Another one had the pigs. You know, first time we saw a pig get slaughtered, you know, we go out there and I mean, we were used to, you know, petting the pigs and shit like that. You know, they come up to you, let you pet them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle sit there and say, "Y'all boys want to see something neat?" And we're like, "What? What?" You know. So he sit there, he called the pig over there, whatever. We're not even paying attention. And he pulled out the revolver, got the pig over there, boom, shot the pig in the head. We're like, "Oh shit!" You know. And my grandfather standing right there. You know, he's like, "What'd y'all say?" We never seen nothing like that. I mean, that pig just dropped. You know, our little, like I said, our little dumbass is talking about do another one. That was the type of little crazy ass kids we were. You know. But yeah, I mean, I noticed we saw all that stuff. I mean, cows. If one of the cows get out and get hit by a car, they slaughter. I mean, you know, slaughtering the cow right there in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
I don't know if we did that because I think it was something about they had to die non-violently. A car is kind of violent. I don't know.
Well, they wasn't letting that meat go to waste. They ain't give a damn.
Same thing with
I remember when they slaughtered a cow, they would have him there and they would feed him so long and they would get all the impurities out and they would pop him with a 22 and the cow would fall over and they get the dressing on him, get the cutting on it. But I don't remember like if they was running or something like that. That was something else. Now I understand what you're saying because that's almost like roadkill. Hey, he's there. That's meat that's available. And if me hungry,
you know, in some states that's legal.
Yeah.
What that roadkill?
Yeah, it's legal to harvest the roadkill. Other places,
yeah. So if you're driving and you accidentally hit a deer and you kill it, all you gotta do is call the police and say, "Hey, I hit a deer." They'll come out and they'll make sure it's dead, and you'd be like, "I want it." And they're like, "Okay."
Well,
you see what Devereaux said? Devereaux said the meat will have testosterone in it from the fight or flight. I guess if you hit it with a gun.
Does it spoil the meat?
Yeah, does it spoil the meat if it has the testosterone?
So, like if you hit a deer, that meat that the part you hit the deer with, it's not gonna be no good because it's gonna be all the blood's gonna, you know, all the blood's gonna run there. It's gonna be trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But like pigs, right? Like I use a pig. If you kill a pig while it's stressed out, it releases a hormone and it taints the meat. And so some people can taste it, and it tastes really nasty to them. So when you kill a pig, you got to do it in a friendly manner. You just can't, you know.
Hey, Deal, when you get ready to kill one, I don't remember what this is, but I remember the white stuff. They call it shorts or shouts. Did you ever run that through them? You know, like when you put them up to feed them before you kill them. What all you give yours?
I don't feed my pigs for about 3 days, so they're cleaned out, and then I kill them.
Oh, I mean, what do you feed them before?
The butcher kills them. But
that 14 days before, what are you giving them?
I'm giving them finisher. I'm just giving their pig food, regular pig food.
So it's the regular grain that you haul in to feed them with.
Yeah.
Already
Big
mixed.
Joe, what up? Jada, Budget Gun Bar, what's popping? Josue, what up? What up?
Hey, Felicia.
I think what I'm remembering is because we fed them everything at first, like the slop and all kinds of different things like that. And then just before, I think it was about 2 weeks, you put them up and you feed them specifically so that those layers of fat and the poison or whatever that's in them roll off with the fat.
So like
when you cut them up
with cows, so like it takes a cow about 2 years to reach their full potential to butcher them. So you let them graze. If you have the land, you let them graze on the grass and stuff and eat that, and then you can feed them hay and all that stuff. 3 months before you're getting ready to slaughter the cow, you start feeding him grains, and you start feeding him really good grains, because what that does, it starts putting really good fat on the cow and starts making marble. Like when you look at like a steak and it has marble, that's from the. It's called finishing it out. And you feed it grains, and then you kill it 3 months later, and then you got good meat. You know.
So, do you worry about like hookworms or heartworm or parasites like that?
No.
Well, that's what you deal with while you raising them. You worm them and everything along the time while you raising them throughout the year.
I don't put any chemicals in my my animals because I want them chemical free.
Oh, okay.
Josh,
hey guys, hey, thanks for having me. I just want to
that's what
address
the
one
finishing
thing.
does too. It takes that out.
Hey, so
because I know they said it gets the impurities out. That last feeding that they feed them, it gets the impurities out of the animal. Go ahead. I'm cutting in.
And that's what fire does
and
too.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to address what you guys were talking about, like when you slaughter an animal and everything else.
Go ahead.
It's actually cortisol. Cortisol, that's the hormone or the chemical that's released in the animal that you can taste. It's not testosterone. It's cortisol. Cortisol. So that's why, like in your certain religions, like Islamic faith and religion, they have halal meat. You know, you don't stress the animal, and the kosher, right? You got a kosher meat house. They're not stressed and everything else because you can actually taste that. God damn it, cortisol. It gives it an off taste. You can actually taste it. A lot of states with roadkill, like I said, if you call the cops, the sheriff, or the game warden, they'll go ahead and tag it and let you get it. And then who's that? Parrot's Eye. When we process deer, we do the same thing, man. We hang them up by their hind legs and pull everything out. And then like one technique, if you got to cook something real quick and you're like in straight survival mode, cook it like the gauchos used to cook it. You take it, cut it, make a V-neck or a V-cut in the neck, cut it all the way down to the belly, take out all the innards, fillet it out and open it up and just spread it out. It cooks
the
a
whole
lot
thing.
quicker. Again?
Cook the whole thing.
Yeah, just cook it just like that. It cooks a whole lot quicker, and you'll have to get over like eating the hair. You could burn the hair off and singe it off if you don't skin it.
You just put some red stuff on it. You'll be good.
Yeah, and then like some of the other things, Gigi, is gonna freak you out. There are some places like they'll eat snakes, they'll eat rats, in a straight survival system. If you look up Sela Scouts from Rhodesia, part of their training is they'll out in the bush. A lot of natives do it too. They'll eat rats, rodents, and yeah, it's just cleaning them, skinning them. And like someone else said, you don't want to burst the urine sac. If you do that, you're going to contaminate all your meat.
Yeah.
So shot placement is key on that. Gut shots, you just waste
no damn rat, man. Oh God.
Damn rat.
Hey, Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone ate rat burgers in the future.
Well, no. So
they did, didn't they? They ate rat burgers. Right.
Hey guys, just think about it like this right here, right? Billy talked about it earlier. Different cultures have different delicacies.
Yep.
So if you're out there, Rhodesia or Zimbabwe, right? And that's all you got. If you're out there out west, that's all you got is proteins, nutrient. You're going to get over and eat it, or you're going to die.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna mess y'all heads up real quick. Now, first of all, what's up, $2? What's up,
$2? He frozen in time. Oh no.
Yeah.
TBI, he'll say what's up in like a couple seconds. What's up?
Right? He getting that drip sauce together.
So, listen, how do y'all feel about this? Now, Erica has brought something to my attention I lightly heard about recently, but apparently the FDA is starting to approve human consumption of human.
I heard that. I heard about that.
I ain't hear that.
You didn't?
Nah,
They're doing that in Germany. In Germany, cannibalism is legal. You just have to get the body.
They're touching it here as well.
Yeah.
I could say something, but it's not that kind of loud.
Yeah. Wait. We got 10 more minutes of serious shit. Educate people.
That's a different type of cannibal.
10 more minutes. Rip Curl, what's up, brother? How you feeling?
The real deal is run that beaver, not eat that beaver.
So, how do y'all feel about that, man? Gina, we'll start with you.
No.
No possibility.
It's a no for me.
No way
I'm
in
not gonna eat
hell.
some of the-
No.
I'm not gonna eat some of the other stuff we talked about. You know, I'm not about to eat a person.
You ain't gonna have a finger? I can't call it a finger. I don't know what to call it. A kid finger? Let me get a 5-piece kid finger.
Really?
5-piece finger meal.
The younger the finger, the tender the meat.
It's just some things you shouldn't do.
Look, Gigi, you're gonna be at the drive-thru. They're gonna be like, dark meat or white meat? You need a white meat.
Well, they're gonna bring me mugging back now. I'll be like, hey, what you looking at?
Mm-hmm. Stay your ass.
Give me a
Don't look
tie
at
and
me
a
like
bread.
that. Zig zig. Don't look at me like that. You know.
Listen.
Man, come on.
But it's a reality. Like Joe Biden said, already in Germany, and they're considering it in the United States. It's a reality. It might come a day. It might come a day.
Yeah, y'all trying to be.
What you say?
That's the y'all. Don't turn into
That
But I know they was talking about grinding up grasshopper for flour and stuff like that, crickets and stuff.
I've eaten a grasshopper.
Yeah. So if you look at like what the FDA approves that can be in your food, like there's grasshoppers, there's all types of bugs and everything else.
there's
Some of your food coloring and dyes are actually made from like small insects and animals.
Yeah.
So it's already in there. Right now, they're also talking about your synthetic proteins and all other good stuff. Like it goes beyond like the Impossible Burger. God damn it, what's that stuff? When you get people that don't want to eat, they go on like hunger strikes. They force feed them.
Infamil, or are you talking about what they inject in them?
No, they force feed them. Like if you're on a hunger strike, they'll run a tube down your throat.
Put it down your throat.
Sure. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
There's something. I think they give that to Joe Biden, but I think it's applesauce.
No, because we used to have to do that. Like we had EPWs that didn't want to eat and whatever, so you just go ahead, strap them up, hook them down, put that tube in their mouth, and force feed them. I forget the name of the stuff.
I seen it where some people have to do that. They come in a little package, and you put it in the thing, and the machine push it on in there.
Yep. It's going to come to me. I forget the name of it, but so
Alicia said Soylent.
Say again.
Soylent.
No, so Soylent Green was from that movie where they was cutting people up and killing them.
Soylent Green, it's people.
Yeah, that's what it is. Everyone tastes different, so and that's like a double entendre because like in the movie, like they was kidnapping people and cooking them up and putting them in the food and everything else. And the slogan was "Everyone tastes different."
Criminal Minds had an episode like that.
They realized Soylent Green was people.
Yeah, exactly. Zach, you know the movie.
Yeah, I know.
You ever seen the movie Doomsday? They're eating people.
Armel, what up, John? What's popping?
I've never heard anybody talking about improving human meat consumption. That's some of the crazy shit I've seen.
So think about
that's a new way too.
There was that soccer team that crashed in the Swiss Alps.
There's a movie about it called A Movie Alive.
They were in the
They
Andes.
had to eat each other. They had to eat the dead to survive.
Yeah, there was in the Andes. Also, remember, there's several tribes down like in Brazil and Africa and the Asia Pacific islands that still practice cannibalism.
Well, the Native Americans used to be cannibals, but they
and then
or whatever you want to say.
Not the oldest one here, but remember back in the 80s and the 90s when Ebola, they had the big outbreak of Ebola, and part of the reason was because the people that was dying in the tribes, part of their rituals was to eat their organs raw.
I know exactly what I remember that.
I don't remember that. I don't think I was born back then. That was too young.
Man, so, you're older than me, man. I ain't but 20.
Damn. Yeah.
No, it's people
You got a
out
hard
there
life,
who are
brother.
beyond cannibalism. There are groups on social media platforms of people who talk about it.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Now, Truth and Integrity said something super interesting that I spoke about and very educated on in the past is human feces is used in a lot of the gardening products that we eat, strawberries, apples, etc., as manure.
Yeah, you can compost human.
Yeah.
You can compost human waste.
So Manhattan is a prime example.
Come on, yeah.
They don't Skilly. They don't float that shit out to the ocean like they used to. It goes to a whatever you call that thing.
The waste treatment plant. You can go to the waste treatment plant and you can pick up waste or whatever using using your garden or whatever.
Waste.
Yep. Same
So
thing.
they also
use it as fertilizer for the grass.
Yeah, they also press it into blocks and use it as heat in some places, like in Africa and down south. So one of the things, like you really don't want to use unprocessed human feces. That's how you really get E. coli. Like use animal feces and everything else. If you ever had to deal with E. coli and you get the runs, oh my God, man, you get dysentery. We used to have a saying: it's better to get it going than coming back, because if you got it going on a trip over, you can work it out your system, everything else. You get it coming back, you're stuck in the airplane for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12, and you're done.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show what the FDA approves.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that because I ain't find that.
You ain't I'm telling you, they do that shit right in Manhattan, Zach, and ship it upstate.
Well, you mean with the well, they have those type of.
I do know.
They got those processing plants here too, Jenny. You know what part of town it is over there? They smell like shit over there.
Why you asking me? But I know what you're talking about.
I know you know what I'm talking about. So when you ride through that part of town,
and Needmore.
Yeah, when you ride through that part of town, it smells like shit all the time. It don't matter what time of year, whatever, because the process of
every time I go through there, I'll be holding my breath like, oh.
Yeah. The processing plant is right there. It smells that whole area.
Right across the street from it.
And back home, they had they call it an oxidation pond where they put all the waste in there and they process it and they put it out in an oxidation pond, let oxygen get to it and everything. And then they pumped the water over a couple of acres over into a grass field and they grew the tallest, greenest grass. Then they cut it down and baled it up for hay and fed it to the cows. And the cows, they had a stock barn not too far from there. That was when I started slowing down on beef. That was just before that Oprah Winfrey documentary. Do y'all remember Oprah Winfrey? That was when Dr. Phil got famous. The case she was working on when they censured her and got her to be quiet and they settled out of court. Do y'all remember what she was talking about?
No, I didn't watch Oprah though.
She did an expose on the beef industry. And the thing is, cows are supposed to eat only what? Grass and grain.
Yeah, grass and grain.
In the production of the cattle, something else occurs. That's what they wanted her to shut up on. She could never speak on it again.
Burner girl, be safe.
Damn. That was one of those things.
Well, commercial cattle, when they raise commercial,
they make it to sell. They don't eat it. They sell.
They feed them whatever. They feed them like Hershey. They buy from Hershey Kisses the stuff that's left over from making chocolate, the waste. They buy that and feed that to commercial beef.
Yeah, the floor.
Really?
Yeah, because it's cheap. It's cheap.
I'll tell you something.
They raise them to make money. They don't raise them to they don't do all that. Yeah, they trying to.
What I learned from the chicken. I'm from Mississippi, and chicken had gotten to be big just before Tyson took over everything. He had McCarty, State Pride, and all these other places and stuff. But there was one place that took all of the refuse. So everything that did not go into the container and into the freezer, such as the feathers, the blood from the kill room. The kill room would be knee deep in blood at the end of the day. Because I used to work on sanitation, you had to clean it. I worked in every portion of it. But anyway, the blood, the feathers, and everything, it gets swept into an auger, and it goes onto these trucks, and these trucks would haul it to this place. They called it a rendering plant, or it's a processing plant. And they would take it, they would put it in these big boilers, and they would cook it.
And make hot dogs.
And then they would mix the grain with it, and they would mix grain with the meat and the protein from everything that they cooked off, and they would feed it right back to the chickens.
Yeah.
And to kill the because they use growth hormones on chickens because they grow much faster. And to kill that hormone, they use arsenic.
Yep.
The only person that admitted it was Baby Bush, the little George Bush. He said it, not the daddy, but the other one. He said, yeah, they approved a certain percentage of arsenic to be used in poultry processing, but they injected to stop the growth hormone.
Well,
that was something that was going on the whole time, and that very same concept it was in the cattle industry as well. That was one of the things that they censured Oprah about, was that the cattle were eating more than just grain and grass.
I got something to tell you. If you have sinew water, you have arsenic in your water.
Yeah. Hear me? What up? What up? See, man, what's popping? Eco neighbor, what it do? Chris, what's popping? Man, Dear Meat, good to see you, brother. Dear Meat is.
I can't afford a turkey, but I sure be looking.
Dear Meat knows all that stuff.
All that stuff.
I guarantee he knows way more than I can ever know.
What up, Dear Meat?
Shit, man.
Shout out to the chat. Everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who popped in with us. Yo, I'm just amazed that so much that the FDA does mellow through. And it's going to be interesting to see what our children are up against.
I mean, it's like, because you watch certain things, like there's certain, like I've known people that go abroad and they won't eat American meat.
No, it's full of
they'll ask, like, is this American beef? They don't want to, because the way that we do shit over here is crazy. Is this like certain chemicals we put in our food? They don't have it.
Outlawed.
It's outlawed in other countries.
Yeah, you pump them up with steroids and all kind of shit.
Yellow dye number 5 and red dye number 5 is outlawed in Europe. It's a known carcinogen.
I know a lot of people that get fucked up over them 2 dyes. Like, I ain't supposed to be eating that. I ain't supposed to have, but they don't care. It's something they add, and it's once again it's our politicians and government who don't give a shit about us.
Well, hey, Dak, think about this right here, right? Remember back in the 70s and the 80s, even in the 90s, like Saturday morning cartoons, they would advertise cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but sugar. And they say it's part, the start of a nutritious day.
Right.
Pure sugar.
What McDonald's is. McDonald's is pure sugar. Even their meat has sugar in it, so you crave.
McDonald's put sugar. McDonald's put sugar in everything. Why do you think McDonald's French fries are so good? Part of I'm serious. Part of their recipe for French fries is they add sugar to it. Sugar is more than heroin, man.
Their hamburger meat has sugar in it.
Right, the guy did a study on everything, even down to their salads, got some sort of sugar in it.
Yeah,
to keep you coming back, man. Your brain is stimulated by the sugar, man. Sugar is a motherfucker. It is.
It's cocaine.
That's why back in the day, man, they had no problem. Do you want to supersize that for an extra quarter? They had no problem giving you that big thing.
Well, that's why they had to have the first place.
And your back pockets keep spreading.
The first place I saw supersize was there's a McDonald's right outside the campus of Howard, and that was the first place I ever saw. It was like one of the busiest McDonald's in the country at the time. And that was the first time I ever saw a bucket of soda. They were selling it to all of the college kids there at Howard. We was like, what the hell? And at the time, it was a different time in my life. I'm like, what a bucket of soda? Yeah, give me 2 of those. It was crazy.
I remember when 7-Eleven had the Big Gulp, came out with that Big Gulp.
Lita Farva.
Big Gulp. Oh my God. You gotta do.
How about who got the Big Gulp and used to do suicides? Where you took the
Yeah, man,
you got to think about it, man. All this processed food is, like Zach said, is very addictive. It triggers stuff in your brains, man. Those chemicals get released, and those endorphins. It just makes you feel good. And
there's a movie that talks about that.
Or more addictive than heroin. And
Every company that does food, they have this thing. You can look it up. I forget the name of the movie. It's what they look for. What's called a bliss point, and they try to design food to meet your bliss point, so you keep coming back. The reason why you can't stop eating Lay's potato chips ain't because Lay's potato chips are so good. It's because of what they do to them. Because they've mastered the bliss point on certain things to where your brain just when it starts popping, it's like, I gotta have that.
Yeah,
When you go
exactly.
to the grocery store, every item you pick up, read it, and they'll all have a common thread. They all have corn syrup in it.
Oh man, corn.
Yeah. What's the name of that stuff?
Fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
High fructose corn syrup. I used to be like, what is that? Gonna find out.
Cargill is there, man. Cargill is there. There's plenty of high fructose corn syrup here.
Yeah, come to find out, like I go back to my hometown, man. Everybody is crippled all up, arms and legs cut all off and stuff, man. I'm like,
got the
Now think about this. We're talking about how bad food is right now because of the FDA. Think how bad food was before the FDA.
It was probably better.
What about now?
I heard stories that people used to buy cans and the food be rotten. They would find fingers in it because people would get their fingers cut at the factory, and then pan it and go. And
the factories were bad, and that's why they started the FDA to regulate everything else. And that was one of the driving factors with the FDA, from my understanding.
Everything else.
Yeah. So
then we turn around and deregulate everything.
Yeah. The sanitation wasn't good because remember this was like just at the start of the Industrial Revolution. So you can process stuff a lot quicker, a lot faster, ship it further, and everything else.
But who's shocked that the government didn't make it better? I'm surprised.
The funny thing is, it helped, but it also hurts. That's the thing. It helps, and
help
hurt.
one thing, and hurt 10 more things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the medical industry is dependent on the food industry. Y'all don't notice that?
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Billy came in like he was on some.
If we all ate the way we were supposed to and ate how we were supposed to eat, the medical industry would
we wouldn't need doctors.
Yeah, we wouldn't need it. We wouldn't. So yeah, it's all works. Yeah.
That's why they call it the Food and Drug Administration, and the drug industry is the medical industry. So they are always working hand in hand. Always, yeah.
It's almost like if you play those words right, it makes sense. They administer the food and they administer the drugs to us.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for the panel. Check this out, right? There's about 6,500, 7,000 regulated drugs that's been approved in the U.S., right? If you take out antibiotics, that leaves you with about 6,000. Name me one drug that's been approved by the FDA that cures anything.
Nothing.
None of them.
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. Yeah. That's why they call it practicing medicine.
Right.
Get them hooked and keep them hooked until they die.
Let me throw this out there. So I don't want to get your live taken off the air, but when COVID was going on, what did they say you couldn't do? You couldn't go outside and grow your own food. You had to stay inside. You couldn't go outside and plant a garden. And that was big in Michigan, Skilly. You remember your governor was saying you couldn't go to Walmart, you couldn't plant food, you couldn't do nothing.
You couldn't buy anything. You couldn't buy seeds. You couldn't. I remember that. Right. They made a big deal out of it in Michigan. They closed down certain parts of Walmart, so you couldn't buy soy. You couldn't.
Yeah, and so you're quarantined at home, and they're trying to tell you that you can't go into your own yard and plant food. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because your property is really not your property.
No, it's because you.
Eco never said penicillin. Now penicillin, I guess it does cure stuff. I guess
penicillin's an antibiotic, right?
Yeah, he did say other than antibiotic. He did say that. That's right. It is an antibiotic.
Yeah. And Coke used to have Coke in it. That's how
Coke did used to have Coke in it.
Dr. Pepper.
I think I saw a documentary the other day, and
Pepper was made to get people off of heroin.
Yep.
But I think I saw a documentary the other day. They were talking about everybody need to get their medical supplies, the preppers and stuff, the antibiotics and different things. And I think he said fish antibiotics were very closely related to what human body. But anyway, they were saying get it while you can get it because they're fixing to make it where you can't get it.
It's made in the same factory.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
The same thing. It's no different. It's the same thing.
So also,
It's like buying a Hollow Sun Red Dot and a Sig Romeo. It's the same.
So also a lot of your veterinarian products, right? They're very, very close because your animals have a lot of the same things like we as humans have. So like in the military, we got what's called goat labs and pig labs, where they'll shoot a goat and do surgery on it just to keep it alive. Circulatory system, they are susceptible to a lot of the same diseases that we're susceptible to. So it just makes for great practice. So it's yeah. Hey, Real Deal, I got a question for you, man.
Sure.
Hey, you remember when you could buy heroin and cocaine through Sears?
Do I remember?
Yeah, you remember that?
Do I?
He had a flashback.
That's how you used to walk to school 10 miles in the snow one way.
One way
to get heroin.
Get the heroin. No, I don't remember that, but if I knew about it, I probably would have been there.
It's fucking high on heroin, man. Yeah.
Shit, you get anything off the Sears catalog?
Exactly.
You can get anything from Sears.
It's funny because the Sears catalog ain't nothing other than an Amazon, but it was in a catalog at the time. Everything you used to order through the mail.
They used to circle it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Sears was big. I remember back in the day, Sears was so big that if you had a Sears card, you could use it like a credit card and rent a car. I remember that.
Kmart was huge, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you had your Sears, Kmart, what's that? Woolworths.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hell, pizza was fine dining back then.
Yeah, I used to go to Ground Round.
Thanks for having me on. Hey, keep up the good work, man. Great live. I got to bounce.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Be safe.
Got to pay the man.
Yes, sir.
Tell that man to go up. No.
Peace, Joe. Bye.
All right, peace, Joe.
Yeah, Sears and Roebuck, man. My grandfather used to work for Sears and Roebuck in Long Island. But yeah, man, there's a lot of that's the wild part. There's a lot of stuff that is on the horizon that we think is batshit crazy. 35 years ago, the shit that we're doing now, they thought was batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we sit here and talk about eating fucking a 5-piece dark
fingers,
shit might be somewhat of a reality, man. It really is.
That's right. That's why when you order it, you say, "Give me a 5-piece fat kid finger meal, please."
That's right. Because that's the truth, man. We are. I'm not saying we're accepting some shit, but at a certain level, certain point, as a people, we're accepting some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And when it hits the fan, you either accept it or you die. You either adapt or you don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, look at the fish antibiotics. It's just the dosage is different. So you find out what the dosage is that you need. It's easy enough to find out. I need X amount every day for the next 10 days. So you go and get that, and it's the exact same medicine.
It is.
It's the exact same thing. You just have to get the right dosage. It's not different.
And guess what? If you have a nasty infection, you're gonna figure that out.
Yep.
Real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say this. So, like we talk about, killing animals. We talked about processing animals and all this, like raising garden, all this stuff. And when you think about it, a lot of people get freaked out because they think it's super, super hard. It's not super, super hard. You learn as you go. You learn from your mistakes. You realize you did something wrong, and the next time you do it, you don't do it the same way. You do it a different way. And then we have people in our community. We talk to each other. We learn from each other. So it's not as scary and it's not as hard as you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Growing something is basically the hardest thing about it is patience. Basically taking some seeds, throwing in some dirt and watering it and not too much. It's easy to grow something. Until I did it, I didn't think it was. But once you do it, it's easy. The hardest part is patience and learn to leave it alone and not bothering it all the time.
And you know what? If you do a garden, guess what? You can do food storage and go to Aldi's or go to Walmart and buy a bunch of canned veggies. And guess what? In the summertime, you grow your veggies and you eat those food. And then in the wintertime, you can go in your food storage, you know, and you can eat your canned goods during the winter hours if you don't want to can food yourself. So you know you can do both. You can do both.
What do you call that? Dry freeze it? Not dry freeze.
That's what I said. I think when y'all were talking about that last time, I said, you know, you got to have patience for it.
Yep.
You know, that's one of the things you have to have patience. You
Yep.
know, because otherwise you'll sit there. I mean, you know, go out there and look and be like, man, this is some boring shit. You know, because you're expecting, you know, like what they say, instant gratification. You know, like it's gonna grow overnight or whatever. You know, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah,
Man,
I know one that will.
I'm growing oranges in the garage right now. Late debuts and blood oranges, Smith blood oranges. I'm growing them in the garage right now. You just gotta let them. You just gotta let them. Just let them go. Let them grow. Let them do their thing. I got lemons in the freezer that I grew right here in this room I'm sitting in. I grew right here.
Fluorescent lights.
I have. What am I have?
With regular fluorescent lights.
I got grow lights. Company called Hidden Harvest Grow Lights. Let Farmer put me on too.
Okay.
Shout out to the boy Lead Farmer.
Yeah, for
I'm
real.
growing a lot
Shout
of
out.
things.
73.
We're doing.
Anybody
mangoes.
want to get into trying to raise some meat? Here's an easy one you can start with. I just thought about it because we did it when I was a kid. Rabbits, domestic rabbits. You pick a breed. You don't need. All you need is 2 does and 1 buck.
And don't buy them from a gas station.
And learn how. You know,
please don't.
Real deal, no.
It's still mad.
But like
still mad
saying, learn how to give them learn how to do learn their diets, learn the correct feeding for them and everything to keep them, free from everything. You can build your cages up off the ground and the refuse, you can catch the rabbit poop and you can use it for fertilization in your garden. Healthy because rabbits pretty much eat grain and greens and stuff like that, and it's not very expensive to feed them. They multiply very rapidly. You got to separate them at first, so you will allow, and then pretty soon you'll have a litter. Then you allow the other doe to mate with the buck. Won't take long. That 2 sides just like that. You can actually sell those off and buy all your feed for the next winter and everything, because that is a thing. And then you'll still have so much that you'll be putting meat in the freezer and you'll be selling it off because it's quick.
So go on what Parasite is talking about. They say if you have 1 doe and 2, or you have 1 buck and 2 females, they will produce more meat in 1 year than a cow will. That you will get a cow. So.
And I'm talking about them hind parts be that 1 leg, man. That's some good size. It don't be like a regular rabbit that you see out there hippie to hopping. Them domestic.
No, that's a wild rabbit. You want a meat rabbit?
Rabbits around us, they be pretty big. They be
big. When you butcher, I can't remember how much it weighed, but when you butcher one, it's a pretty good amount of meat.
I think it's usually around 13 pounds.
13 pounds.
I was thinking 10, 12.
Meat rabbit. A meat rabbit.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know it was that much.
You got to sneak up on them and kill them. Do they have some sort of hormone that they release into their meat? You got to kill them a certain way too to make sure you ain't.
No.
I don't remember nothing about that.
I'm gonna kill my.
Even wild rabbit, you don't even need a knife to get the skin off of them. I remember I don't remember anything about a problem with it. I dressed out a lot of wild rabbit myself, but my daddy always did the tame ones because he did it a certain way because he actually sold the meat.
Okay.
So Zach, there's a broom method called. So you take a rabbit, right? You take a rabbit, you put it on the ground. You take a broom. So you put the rabbit. I know you can't see me. You put the rabbit between your legs on the ground. You pet it. You take a broom or a stick, but you step on one end and then you put it across its neck and you step on the other end. You grab its back legs and you jerk it up and it kills them instantly.
Damn, that just seems kind of
Yeah.
Real deal.
I was out.
Kind of hard.
And that's
He
but
said it like it was gonna be so simple. Like
if it's
It is.
instant though, I mean that's
You bet
humane.
it.
That's
On
it.
the
That's all you,
ground,
just the knife. That's it.
or you can
That's
slice.
all. This was my daddy knife right here.
So if you so you can slice his throat, but then it's gonna bleed and stuff. If you do it the way I tell you, it breaks your neck instantly.
Oh, see, I
It
ain't know.
separates
Y'all too cruel.
the brain from the spine.
This nigga just said
All right.
break. Real deal. Just said break.
It ain't really cruel, Skillet. I mean, when you gonna eat some chicken and some hamburger and everything else, that somebody had to kill that too,
Right.
I
There's
mean,
not a farm out there with cheeseburgers running around.
All right.
it's not none of this wrong because I have killed rabbit with a BB gun. So rabbit is very easy to kill. You pop in the head, anything. So yeah, that's a way. But and I understand because we bleeded them. I don't know why we cut them and bleeded them, and maybe it was to save the skin. I don't know what it was, but I don't guess what you said would hurt the skin either.
Yeah.
Basically, just break their neck.
You're just breaking your neck.
Yeah, as long as it's a quick death, that's humane.
That's
There's
humane.
that's a humane way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can actually put a rabbit to sleep.
Put it to sleep.
Yep.
Hypnotize.
You can rub his temple and just keep rubbing his head, and he will go to sleep.
I'll tell you this. You ever hypnotize a chicken?
Nah.
I'll tell you how you hypnotize a chicken. You take a chicken and you push its beak into the dirt, and you take a stick and you draw a line in the dirt, and you hold the chicken's head there for about 3 seconds. Let go of it, and that chicken will stay there until you kick him and get to make him move. He'll hypnotize himself.
What the hell?
Pretty fucked up. You go to Real Deal's house, he got like the whole driveway blocked.
They all lined up. That's when I get that big old axe.
I think Dio messing with us.
No, that's a real thing. That's how you hypnotize
Wow.
a chicken. But hey, I want to say this because me and Billy, especially when me and Billy first became friends and stuff, we would talk, and he would ask me about my farm, and I would tell him, I'm a city boy. I didn't know nothing about farming and doing this stuff until I moved out there. And then I started watching YouTube videos, and I started learning and talking to all the farmers and stuff. You don't have to have this great knowledge. You just got to do it.
You got to dig in when it's time to dig in.
That's right.
There's so many advantages now because we got the internet and everything. Because I remember we had a library of them little books and stuff. So yeah, that's the difference.
Speaking of the internet, this whole live, I ain't even been looking at my computer screen. I've been looking at Paradise glasses and Ray Official's glasses to see who's
Man, I got my glasses on. Okay, yeah. What up?
Paradise got the Price is Right on one channel.
Yeah. Hey, Parasite. I did something today. I uploaded it and then I deleted it because I didn't want you to think I was making fun of you, so I deleted it. So
the air rack.
When we had the shooting at my house and you was air racking it,
Put it on there.
I did a short with the song, with the chicken dance song. And I said, you decided chicken dance at the gun range and you was air racking, but I want to get your permission before I
put it on there because I got a new GoPro and I'm coming back. So you it's fair game, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm gonna learn how to edit.
I think I was picking on you or making fun of you because we're buddies.
Man, shoot. I saw the other air rack video. I was like, it disappeared. I was trying to get my son to see it. He put on there, he said, what? Man with no rhythm air racks. I was like, shoot, I ain't never had no rhythm, Jack. That's real right there.
Don't worry, Paratime. I'll get you right when we get to the meetup. I get you right.
Oh man, I ain't coming this time but I really cannot. It's something that I was demanded to do something different, and it's just my family. I let them do it, so I'm going. It's the same darn dates. It pissed me off too. I thought I was gonna be able to slide out.
See, I ain't.
I was ready. I knew you were gonna say some shit.
Oh my God!
Oh man,
I didn't mean to get nobody for the last 8 weeks.
I didn't mean to get nobody hit. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get nobody hit. But yeah, okay. But hey, when y'all do another one, let me know. I hope I got time. I slide over there because I want to test out some stuff.
Yeah, I think we're looking at Chicago after that.
Now y'all coming closer to me. That's even
up?
better.
What's popping?
Then you won't have no excuses.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
out there.
I done made
Come
this
to my house and go
Yeah, I'm waiting for the weather to break.
So where you at, Gigi? In Buck 10?
Make sure y'all doing no cold.
Ohio.
Yeah, that's Buck 10.
Yeah,
08
I'm
and a
going
dime, as they call it.
I'm going to Real Deals when the weather breaks, and I'm going out there to shoot them new steel targets and go out there and have some fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go up to Mishawaka.
Yeah, y'all messed me up, man. I went on and got one of them things. Y'all messed me up.
What'd you get? What kind of thing?
Look at him. He don't want to tell me.
He said, hey, it ain't no thing on a string. This right here. Oh, it got a sling, but it ain't got no string.
Hey, James, what part of Michigan you in? I used to live in Hillsdale. Hillsdale.
There's only one good thing about Michigan, and I'm not gonna say it. You should be able to figure it out yourself.
Damn. Shit. Well, folks,
I'm going to be going to Chicago.
after the meetup, though, we'll be up there for a weekend, somewhere in there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think I know what you guys are talking about.
You don't keep secrets from me. We keep secrets from him.
Oh shit!
I thought he told you.
Man.
The funny thing is, I don't like doing it, but if I want to see Billy throughout the year, I gotta pick some sort of secret to get his ass somewhere so I can see him. I can't make it
like a secret squirrel.
It's true.
Got some explaining to do.
And Erica says, "Oh yeah, by the way, Billy, get up. It's time for you to get on the plane."
Yeah, you gotta play in 5 hours.
I got my damn work uniform on.
Don't worry, I already called your boss and told you wouldn't be in for 4 days.
That's exactly how it went.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we had an amazing discussion tonight. Learned a whole lot. I appreciate the teachers that were part of the panel and part of the chat. Appreciate the chat for hanging out with us 100%. Man, we had a great time. Amazing. Real deal. It's going to be all right, brother.
I'm ready.
Just bring the just bring the vegetables.
Yeah, y'all hooked me with these animals.
Right. Look, I got the seeds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and slaughter me some chickens and stuff with Real Deal.
I'm gonna grow something this year too.
Yes, you are.
Hey, Skilly.
Billy, why are you messing with me?
You got your grandma glasses on.
Right.
Okay, shit, Skilly got on some pink grandma glasses.
That's all right, Ray. At least I can see. You got
Auntie Skilly. Yeah, Auntie Skilly.
Let me see if y'all got a new calendar. 2022.
That's the same one. They
Ain't that old ass calendar.
No wonder you're always late.
Look, you put a new calendar on top of old calendar like my grandma used to have a TV
Right.
on top of the TV.
She's like, in 10 years, it'll be good again.
Yeah, this one for the sound and this one for the screen.
Listen, I had one of those in the house I grew up in. Stop
I'm
playing.
just saying, man. Don't be talking about
Color TV, and then it had
one was the stand and the other one was the man. Everything had a job.
Back in the day, you had people over. You would open up the windows and put the big old speakers up there.
Oh hell yeah, the wooden speakers.
That's right.
Did anybody have to turn the antenna?
Shit, nah. You put the wooden speaker in your trunk.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that.
What up,
Man, that make your car crank too.
Yeah.
Unique. What up?
Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all heard, but there was another shooting at an elementary, man. Pray for them parents that lost their children because of the idiot, man.
And those other people's and those other people, those teachers that were there too.
Yeah, the teachers as well, man. It's crazy.
Six
It was
people.
about 6 or 7.
It was six. It was 6, and it was 7, including the person who actually did the killing. The cops.
Yeah, it was a woman this time.
Yeah, the cops took care of her. But yeah, pray for those people. Man,
I don't know if it was a woman or if it was a man because they
but
said
it was a woman.
It was a woman.
It was a woman. Well. The last rumor that I heard was that was transgender.
Transgender.
Transgender. So you don't know which one it is.
That's
Well,
right.
no,
Right
well,
before,
and I'm gonna say
they
this:
died,
if it was a biological man. That's what it was.
Okay, well, there we go. All right.
Biological man.
Yeah, you need to check him up.
His pronoun was pew pew dead motherfucker.
I don't listen. Good. He came in there killing them innocent children. So
That's right.
Yeah.
they took his life. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad the motherfucker dead. You gonna walk on somewhere and do some shit like that. I'm glad he's dead. Glad those cops killed that motherfucker.
And I'm glad it
That's
wasn't
something
another.
that bothers me
Why
though.
is Zach excited?
Hey, I
Went through the
appreciate everybody for
whole
stopping by
goddamn
and
thing
good
and
time, whatever.
excited.
Look,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
keep
yeah.
that shit real, and that's the truth.
Everybody in the
Fuck 'em.
world.
Fuck him.
Yep.
Hope he burn in
That's
hell.
something that bothers me though. The way the crime is going though. Anyway, y'all, peace out, man.
Yeah, man.
But y'all had a good
Appreciate
subject, good content.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
Hey, y'all be safe. Enjoy the
Billy going to
evening.
eat some coon pecker.
Yeah.
Everybody eat that.
I'm gonna make a raccoon dick salad.
You eat everything else but that.
Oh man, Billy he's gonna suck on the pecker.
It's gonna be a toothpick.
All right, bro.
That's a toothpick.
All right, y'all.
Over
Be
there
safe.
stabbing your
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
All right.